Okay, so far I've went through how the pieces moved, how the board set up, how the pieces moved. Several times about I hinted about pins and skewers. I wanted to show you something now that actually comes, believe it or not, from another chess program that gives lessons, and I recommend this, by the way. It's Chessmaster. There are several different ones. Chessmaster 9000 is where this came from. There's also the 10th edition where it's also the same position setup as in. This is called the Windmill attack. And in my upcoming videos, perhaps not nearly as fast as I made these last few, I want to be able to show you some of the tactics and things like that, but I would have to come up with good lesson plans to do it. But in the meantime, while I'm working on that, I want to show you why chess can actually be fun. And this is a demonstration of why these tactics of pins and skewers and forks and etc. Are so important. I wish half of my games were this much fun. Unfortunately, I have to admit that sometimes games can be not so much fun, but this particular thing is fun, especially if you're playing black. So here we have a position where white is actually down a couple of pieces. Let me see. Let me see. Black has two rooks, a bishop, and a knight, and a queen. White has two rooks, a bishop, a knight, and a queen. White has 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the pieces are even at the moment, but what happens next is that Black's queen is lost, but White gets it back, and you're going to see why. I'm going to start showing you. First of all, the lesson asks. This is the White's last move. That is, White has just moved pawn h3. So the question is, how does Black respond to this? And I'm about to show you. What do you suppose would happen if I move this bishop here? You'll notice that this pawn, once this bishop is out of the way, is pinned. This is what we know. This is what's known as a pin. Black's rook is here. Okay. So I'm going ahead and moving this bishop. This is how Black responds. This is actually the test.
Bishop d4, f3, queen b4 takes queen h4.
Okay. I'm going to turn that up so you might be able to hear. I don't know if you heard the last one. And this is exactly what happens in the Chessmaster. Now, I recreated this here in this particular program. I recreated it from the Chessmaster program because this is what I'm using. I can get the arrows to show up and things like that, which is kind of unique, which Chessmaster cannot do. So what do we have here? This is what's going on. Black has just lost his queen. But you notice again, this is what's known as a pin. Now, it's to plan these pins and plan these skewers and plan these things is not easy, and you'd have to be a seasoned chess player to get to do this. But the idea of learning how to do this and coming up, every game is unique, and if you see this while you're playing, an opportunity to do things like this, this is what makes chess fun. Again, this pawn is pinned. It cannot capture the bishop because king would be putting itself in check. So he can't do that. That would be illegal. So White decided to capture the queen. Okay. Now, what do you think happens next? Yes, that's what happens next. The king cannot capture that rook because the bishop is there.
Rook g6 takes pawn g2, king g1, h1.
Okay. Now you'll see that I set up this program to give you the hint of what the computer wants to do next. You'll see that the knight wants to go there, but that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because it can't. It's going to be something different. This is known as the pinwheel. I'm sorry. This is known as the windmill attack. Okay. Now, again, I want to reiterate that this is about pins, discovered checks, all the things that I've been showing you vaguely in the other games, in the other lessons, and what I want to show you in the future videos. But you'll notice that the rook, the black's rook, just took the pawn, put the white king in check, and the king had to move out of the way, could not capture the rook. But now that that pawn is out of the way, you also notice this. All black has to do is move that rook out of the way, and he'll be putting white king in check again. That would be a discovered check. Okay, so of course that's exactly what he does. Okay, so let me see, king h1. Okay, and by the way, I'm actually recreating this game by notation. I have it written down on paper, and the notation is rook takes f2, check. Okay, and you'll see that coming up over here on the right side of your screen.
Rook g2 takes pawn f2, king h1, g1.
Okay, so the king was in check again, and he had to move. Now he's attacking my rook. Okay. So the next move, again, the rook moves back over here.
Rook f2, g2, king g1, h1.
Okay. This gets a little funny, doesn't it? Okay. Now, again, discover check. Now the rook is picking up a bishop. Hasn't gotten his queen back yet, but now he's picking up a bishop, and you'll see that that's a discovered check, right?
Rook g2 takes bishop b2, king h1, g1.
Okay. And again, the rook comes back. It's like a windmill, right? Keeps going back and forth.
Rook b2, g2, king g1, h1.
And again, discovered check. Let me draw that line just to make it funnier. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm looking at the because I lost my place. Okay. So next move is rook g4. Okay. We're talking about annotation right now. So rook g4 is here. Now, mind you, the white king is now in check. So white cannot capture my rook because it's busy getting out of check.
Rook g2, g4, king h1, h2.
Okay. Now black gets his queen back. Right? No, wait. Let me see. Let me see. Make sure of that. King h1. King h2. Rook takes h4. Yes. So now black gets his queen back.
Rook g4 takes queen h4, king h2, g3.
Okay. And now rook f4. So here the rook is safe from being captured by the king.
Rook h4, f4, knight f1, d2.
Okay, that knight move was not on the list, but that's okay. So what happened here? What happened here was that the black ended up, and if you look on your right side of the screen here, you could actually see the pieces that black ended up ahead. Black ended up ahead with a bishop and 2 pawns. Not a big deal. But right now, by moving the rook here, the knight is protecting the rook. The king cannot capture it. The king cannot capture the bishop because of the rook. So white moved. Again, this wasn't part of the chess master, but the game, this particular program is continuing the game and it's attacking my bishop. Now I can sit there and play around just for the fun of it, um, um, just to talk about it. But I just wanted to show you this. This was a game that was a lot of fun, and I don't remember the exact where it came from. I don't have the list of the actual game played. It could have just been a lesson by a grandmaster to show you what a windmill attack is like. But it demonstrates pins and skewers and things like that, and it shows the power of being able to bamboozle your opponent into feeling safe in capturing a piece that he thought he was ahead and ended up being behind. The game should continue where black wins because the king is exposed. Black's king is still safe. Again, I can continue this, but I don't want to bore you. Um, perhaps perhaps I'll save this and pause the video and maybe I can get myself to win this game. And let me try that. I'm going to pause this right now and I'll come back within seconds. To you, within me, it's going to be a few minutes. Okay, it took me a while. As you can see, the computer resigns. But let me take you back because it took me a while and I had to take back moves. And it was quite a few minutes. I'm going to go all the way back to where, and I'll try to play this game for you quickly. Oh, I passed it. Okay, that's where the lesson was left, and I took it and I started to play it. As you can see, I played quite a few more moves, and I'm not that good of a player. That's why I said don't feel bad if you can't master this in a few seconds because I've been playing for a long time, and I should have been able to been on top of this position a lot better than I was. But let me see if I can animate this for you. Well, I guess I'll just I'm playing black, and this is everything I had to do. And I'm pretty sure I missed a few good moves here. This is after taking back stuff. And there it is. Basically, I got ahead. And here's something I want to... The reason why I'm showing you this is because I have a bishop, white has a knight, but I have the pawn. Here's where the pawn, at the end of the game, ends up being the most important piece, even if it's worth supposedly only 1 point. Okay? Okay, very quickly, I'm moving my king up and protecting my pawn. I let him take the bishop because I got the queen promotion, you see? And shortly thereafter, he resigned. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed these videos, and my next few videos are going to come in a longer time than just a simple day or a few hours because I've obviously I made these last few videos in a matter of a couple of days. But in order to give you some lesson material that would be less boring, I want to be able to show you what a skewer is. I'm going to show you what a pin is. I demonstrated that in this game, but I want to give you an actual visual on that and set up a board with a few pieces on it to show you that. So I'm going to come up with some lesson plans and make a few more videos within a couple of weeks' time. In the meantime, please feel free. In fact, I wish you would watch these videos several times each, and especially if you have never played before, watch the first ones. If you've already learned how to play and you want to get a little bit further, you watch the last 2 or 3 videos. But enjoy, and I will try to get back and make the next video within about a week.